And
There you
with
go.
all this time on my hands, just had to do something. So I figured I'd do what I do best, which is trying to help people. So I started a group, a little bit of a support group, and it is for people who really couldn't achieve orgasm. And it's been very successful. And then just the most important thing we ask people is if you can't come, let us know.
I almost hit the unbroadcast button. What's great is like when a kid tells a bad joke.
No, my parents would disagree.
I heard a kid tell a joke the other day, and he said, "You know why it's really hard to eat a watch?" And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Well, it's because it's very time consuming."
Oh yeah, I just recently heard that. That's weird.
Kiara every now and then hits. She does some purposely trolling bad jokes, and then every now and then she'll hit a gem that just comes out of nowhere. And we're like, oh my gosh.
And my cousin's son is at the age where, oh God, yeah. Night Williams says that he's insinuating that I Carlos Mencia'd you. Imagine if there was somebody. Imagine if that was like your shtick, where you were just like going around like Carlos Mencia'ing like kids on the playground. Like, yeah, it's a good dad joke. I'm gonna tell that on my podcast.
For the record, I don't.
That'd be great if that was Carlos Mencia's shtick, where he just went around and like went to playgrounds and stole children's jokes, and that was his big comeback. He's like, "You ruined me, Joe Rogan. So I'm gonna tell some fresh jokes for kids."
And then Fluffy would be like, "Nope, that's my shtick."
But it's funny. Mencia does predate Gabriel Iglesias. Like Gabriel Iglesias.
Yes, Mencia does predate him, but Gabriel Iglesias is what Mencia wanted to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
In every shape and form. Well, maybe not shape, but
well, I think he's slimmed down a bit.
I was watching a clip of Gabriel, and he was doing these voices, like not looking at his face. I thought he was a whole different person. It was so crazy. But he was doing women voices, and it sounded like a real woman.
What I like best about him, we were watching one, I think it was his latest shows on latest routines. He actually can do like greatest hits. Like he will do a routine like a band will play Freebird, and I love that. It's like, I'm gonna tell this shtick, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and like they all know the routine. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool when people are purposely looking for that old routine, and they're doing like you hold the mic out and they're doing the lines.
Mm-hmm.
And so, welcome to the Figure Action Stand-Up Comedian Edition.
Yeah, no, right. I think we should. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll get the show off the road. Off the road. Get the show on the road. Jesus, I missed like 3 shows. Missed 3 shows and I've lost it. Anyway, it's Thursday night. We're all glad to be here. We're glad to have you all here. Most importantly, we're the Figure Action Podcast, coming at you live every Thursday night here on YouTube, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching us here and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Actually, the notification bell's down there. There you go. See, when I'm off here, when I take a little hiatus, I forget where to point. So if you're listening to me, you can't see me like looking like a dumbass. But
maybe in 2 years it'll be where you pointed at.
If you're watching this and you can make an animated GIF, there's your gold. Anyway, make sure you hit that notification bell, and we're going to have some bonus content before the show started. There's a Netflix series. I guess it's a limited series. I don't know what it is, but we're going to want to talk about it, and you're hopefully going to want to hear our thoughts about it. So if you ring that bell, you'll get a notification about when we do, or mention it here on following a show. But you want to watch it when it comes out. And also, Killbox slam that like button because it really helps out the channel. And if you like what we're doing, please share our content. Get the word out there. I think we're going to make it a goal to try and hit 1,000 subs. And also, another thing that helps out our channel, and Dave,
I've eaten 449 so far.
Dave, lift your chest up a little bit. I'm not repping tonight, but if you want to help out our channel head on over to Teespring, look up the FAP Shop or Figure Action Podcast, and you will find a variety of stylish shirts like the Mandalorian one that Dave's modeling here. Our shirts are probably some of the lowest price shirts out there in the podcasting world. It helps out our channel. It helps keep us on StreamYard, and it helps us budget for some projects to expand the show. It is greatly appreciated. You'll look good doing it. You'll feel good doing it.
You're gonna totally gift that, aren't you?
Maybe. We'll segue it with me pointing every direction.
Numa. Wait, wrong one.
Yeah, I watched that the other day. I just was feeling nostalgic, and I was like, you know what? I think it's been
hey.
It's probably been like 10 years since I've seen it. Anyway, now that we have all of the formalities for starting the show out of the way, let's find out how our limited cast is doing. Starting off with True Star Screamer Dave, how's your week been? And did you get anything cool?
It's been a interesting week, to say the least. I did get some cool stuff. Was kind of looking out there. I was trying to hunt down Joe's, which I'll try again on Saturday. But I did find 2 from the Deadpool wave, the 2 that no one really wants. But actually, I really kind of want the pirate
cool.
one. The pirate one I really like. The X-Force one, it's a Deadpool. It's got swords. I want strong guy. I'm getting them. Also, picked up in the wild. I was very surprised to see this, but I got Spawn with the axe.
Nice.
So now that because of that, I've got 2 spawns. I now have one that I can feel. If I want to try to carve up a little to go for the more articulation on that one. Then today they just finished installing our kitchen that we ordered on a non-refundable basis before everything. So it's looking gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And so my wife's really happy. And then I got this on Monday. And this is an offer letter, which I have signed. So yes, I got a new job. Now, the bad news on all that is the job is about 100 miles northeast. So this new kitchen that we just put in, yeah, we're looking at it, and that's about it. So in about 3 weeks, we'll be moving to Greensboro, North Carolina. I've got an apartment already. I've got an application for that one for a 3-month lease. So we'll be staying there for short term. And once this place sells, we will then go house hunting. And I will be out of the Clayton, North Carolina, Raleigh area. And I will now be in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem Triad area. So I'll be relocating. Nice. Hopefully a new geek room, new setup. I won't be bringing the collection to the apartment. I'm actually putting all this stuff in a pack rat with some other stuff, like our kitchen table, things like that we won't take to the apartment. And I will bring my laptop, so I will be on the show and probably still get my pre-orders from Nate delivered to the apartment, because I get all my toys from Nate Simmons. Because if you're not getting your stuff from Nate Simmons, you got a problem. But we are very thrilled. The story is coming to an end, and I will, of the being jobless, and I will be very excited starting that new position. I want one with a basement, Nightwing. You have no idea. I want to throw it all out there. I want to make a basement that's going to make Bobby's Skullface be jealous by the time I'm done with it. That's my plan.
If you think it's big enough, it's not big enough.
Nope.
That's my advice. Like when I came through and I saw the. Did I lose my audio?
No, you got your audio.
Okay, good. It just blipped. Like when I came through and I saw this place and the previous owners, or previous renters, I should say, I bought it, but the people that were renting the place before I bought it, they had this whole basement set up as a video arcade with a pool table and everything, and I was like, that's going to be plenty of space. I was wrong.
So
And,
I'm currently packing up 10 years worth of collecting right now. I just packed up almost all the Kamen Rider figure arts, all my Power Ranger figure arts, my Avengers figure arts. Pretty much if it's boxed, I've got if I've been saving the boxes, I've been packing them up. NECAs are next, then the Storm collectibles. I'm actually looking forward to. I mean, thank God I got the totes for the Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
So that's
right.
one less thing I have to deal with. I got the boxes for most of this stuff still, so I get to box those up. The masterpieces. It's when it comes to the loose Transformers, that's gonna be the fun one.
Sportimus said, "Where are you moving?" It's Greensboro, right?
Yes, the Greensboro area. I might be in Greensboro. I might be in High Point, but I'm going to be working in Greensboro.
Yeah. My advice for the loose Transformers is just kind of put the accessories in a baggie, and then if you can, just kind of wrap them in bubble wrap individually, or
I'm going to try to transform them all into their alt modes, and then
when I moved,
you're going to quit that quick.
It's all good until I get to the Bayverse figures. That's the only ones that are the pain.
Definitely transform the masterpiece to their alt modes.
Yeah. And Sportimus says he's packing 10 years of stuff too, moving 2,000 miles.
And he would move 2,000 miles and... Oh, wait, don't want to get this flagged. Yeah, I'm only moving 100 miles, but still, it's a hell of a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's my week.
All right, awesome news. All right, next up, you know him, you love him, and you probably clicked on some of his videos because he's had some pretty big reviews this past week.
I have.
Hey,
some of them people didn't even care about.
That's absurd. They're missing out.
Congratulations, Dave, and good luck on a speedy sale.
Thank you.
This week, since the last time we've been on here, has been awesome. I got
laid.
I don't want to call one of them. I can call a grail. One of them is an almost grail, but I'm going to show something that's not mine first. The bot supplier is letting me review his Wild Rider. Spoiler alert, I like it. He's cool.
I expect criticism on the ab crunch, though.
Stay tuned. Actually,
do you have the other ones, or you just been reviewing them and giving them back?
Reviewing and giving it back, but I'm probably not giving him this one back. I'm gonna have to find out because I still have his the last aerial bot right now, and I still have this thing. But I like him. He's good. It doesn't even bother me about the articulation. He's a good standalone robot to me, which is weird. The alt mode is beautiful and feels like a freaking brick. I like it. Through Target.com, I finally got this RC, and I did some modifications so that her backpack doesn't dangle below the knee and compacts more up in here, but it's still huge. I was looking at the cartoon.
You gonna do a how-to video on that?
In the review footage, I showed what I was doing, and then I showed the aftermath. I didn't show how to do it. But in the cartoon, she has wheels right here on the back of her legs. If they must not have been able to accommodate. I mean, they must not have been able to do that and went with this transformation, because if the wheels are back here and this was able to fold up on the hair some more, I mean, the backpack would still be huge, but it wouldn't be long.
Yeah.
You should put the actual how-to on your Patreon, so that way people pay for that important piece of information.
That's it. Once I set one up, I'm in the preliminary stages of doing a Ko-fi, but I signed up, but I never did everything I have to do to actually start using that, which I think is basically just like Patreon. But I did get Athena right here. I like her, not as much as I thought I would, and I think people must not like her that much either because I barely got any reviews on this thing, and it's like practically new. The other reviews on this were like review samples where they said they were samples, but theirs looked like they were complete. This still has all the same issues. But it's cool, but it's not as good as it could have been. And I found these Megatron Structs people randomly. It's Kratos, God of War, and he actually has the shield. I had one version, but he didn't come with the shield. And what is this dude's name?
Claptrap.
It's hard for me to show this because you know how the screen is mirrored. But I was thinking of pairing him up with this little where is he? Joy Toy guy I got.
Claptrap and Joy Toy reminds me of two girls at the bar I used to work with.
And I did find Dutch and the Predator.
Come on, I'm here. Kill me now. Do it. Come on.
Focus. Well,
Come on, focus. I'm here.
Zero, do you have any Predators in your collection?
You know what? I don't.
I
have Xenomorphs.
No, you need at least the Jungle Hunter because his laugh was done by Peter Cullen.
Yeah. That would be the one yeah, I used to have the McFarlane one from Predator 2, like whatever his movie Maniacs one was.
Right, but I'm saying specifically the fact that it was Peter Cullen. That way you can just toss it in your Prime collection and people will be like, what?
Toy Mania, we're not canceling your comments. They're automatically because your spam history or whatever. He explained to me what it was, but I forgot. But no effort randomness found this for me at Ross Woodaloo, but he sent it to me for free. So I super appreciate him. And he also threw in some other stuff. Like one of them is a grail of mine. I already own this dude, so now I have a clone, much like a show that I watched earlier with transforming robots in it. There were several clones, but the grail is Grimlock. I've been looking for this Grimlock forever. It lights up. Can even shoot this missile.
Can it?
It only shoots it when it wants to. I never know when that's going to be. But he also threw in this Marvel Legends, but nobody cares. Like, no. This is Marvel Legends Valkyrie. I've never seen her in the store. And when I seen it in the bag, I was completely shocked. And I almost had a moment. I couldn't believe he just sent me this.
A moment or a T-Man moment?
A T-Man happy cry moment.
Click the video.
She is beautiful, and you're not going to be able to see her. You can only half see her. But you'll see her when I finally do a video on it. But I also got something else that I've been wanting for years. I've been super lucky since this weekend. So I had to take a moment to say thanks. Like I won this over the weekend in a raffle for $11. And it is crazy. Because
that's like me with my Blade when I got that for $750.
I saw this thing goes for over $200. Because fan stories. Like after I won the raffle for this, I came out of McDonald's the other day, and there was like just bills all over the ground. It was $25 just laying on the ground. I'm like, is this real life? Why did somebody just throw money on the ground? I can't even where it was on the side of the store. I'm like, how did they drop the money and not realize? I looked around. Nobody was there for me to ask.
And just like that, you became a dollar menu millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what that was saying for? You said $11 for that.
Yeah, so it paid me back.
Yeah. Well, because you were $11
For
and
11
number
bucks?
11, right?
Hmm?
Oh, go
I
ahead,
was gonna
Dave.
say, I was gonna say for $11, you never have to transform that ever.
Right.
Just enjoy it.
But you had like one of those like old man lottery moments where you like $11, I'm gonna play number 11, and you won.
Oh yeah, that too. I
As I
played
said-
number 11. I mean, the spot in the raffle I did was number 11. This was $11, and I somehow won.
That was me. I said that was me with my MDX blade.
The same. You did the same. The $7.
No, I did the 750, and I was just like, I finally won one because, dear God, me and raffles never did well.
Right. I think I did like 5 or 6 before this, and one of them I actually put money into, and I made it to number 2 spot. But I haven't messed around with this, and I can't remember reviews. Is there a way to put this actually on his bicep?
No, it just goes into that one port that's there. So it's permanently on the forearm. You can't. Yeah, I'm pretty
Actually,
sure it's just on the forearm. Or did?
I watched Sony's video. He didn't transform because of this.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's just the forearm. Now the DX9 one, I'm fairly certain you could put on the bicep.
I should probably take this tag on.
Oh, the Matrix. Yeah.
Or scratches up his thing.
Yeah, so you put a repro label on there as a buffer. Yeah, Sportimus says only on the forearm. So.
Yeah. But I think that's it. Besides, I have this much of this guy. I can finally attach his arm, which is cool. I'm guessing the big dragon thing, but a wolf comes with the head.
Yeah, he comes with the head, and then let's see, what do you miss? I think
I don't have
thought you had-
Shockwave or Grimlock.
Oh, and Shockwave is apparently hard to find now, but he's apparently repacked in the RC wave because was it Thunderwolf is the last one? I can't keep their name straight.
Shockwave is on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Stop being
Shockwave's good. He's probably my favorite of all of them, to be honest with you.
Well, that's that. How are you doing, Extra Zero? What did you get?
So I'm doing okay. I've been on a hiatus from the show, as some of you may know. My grandmother passed away, and my grandmother was, for all intents and purposes, was my mom. So it's been a rough few weeks for me, kind of coming to terms with it and taking care of stuff, and just right after she passed, we had my girlfriend's family does a vacation every year, and we had paid for it in advance, and it was like one of those things where we kind of thought like maybe we should put it on hold, but her brother was going to propose to his longtime girlfriend, so we were obligated to go, and we thought like, well, going on the vacation would get our mind off of things. We had rented a house, a private house on a beach, so it was it's fine. We were socially distancing from everybody, and had beach access, like a private beach access. So it was nice to have. It was just it was really hard, kind of going down and right after all of that, because literally the funeral was on a Friday, and we left 4 a.m. the next day, and a lot of times on vacation you feel like you hit the reset button, and for me it was very difficult because it's like I needed time to grieve, and it's again, I don't want to get I am doing okay, just so everybody knows. I got a lot of friends and a lot of family support, and the people that have reached out to me through the community, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me. I've got to talk to a lot of people about it and kind of vent and run through my own emotions. Obviously, I have my family I can lean on too, but that's where I've been the past few weeks, and dealing with a lot of that stuff. and I still have her estate to deal with. So I got a lot of a lot ahead of me, but I am doing, just to let everybody know, I am doing okay. I will be okay. I know that my grandmother would want me to be okay and would want for me to be happy, and I've really I've come to terms with that. And I will be okay, but I still appreciate everybody's sympathy, condolences, support. It really does mean a lot to me. Everybody that took a moment out of their day to say something to me. It means a lot. Otherwise, I'm back to work. Just trying to keep myself busy. We've got a lot of stuff to do around the house. Obviously, I've got the puppy. He's been keeping us busy. Got a lot of video games I have yet to find time to play. I've got Iron Man VR waiting for me, and I started. I played maybe like
jump on the couch now.
He can jump on the couch now. he learned that during vacation. So, our biggest challenge with him is he wants to go outside every 15 minutes. So
it's okay. So does my daughter.
He wants to go outside every 15 minutes, and he will play from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. if we let him. He doesn't need much sleep. I wish I knew where such a small dog got so much energy. I did get a lot of cool stuff outside of those the video games I've got that I don't have time to play. This weekend we're like Lex is like, you got to play games. You got to take time out. You got to play games. So thankfully I've got Ghost of Tsushima. Am I saying it right? Ghost of Tsushima. I've got that. I played maybe an hour of it.
Wait,
really
depends. Is it served with rice or just plain raw fish?
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten far past the tutorial yet to see what.
If it's with rice, it's Ghost of Tsushima, and if it's without rice, then it's Sashima. Yes. Yes.
It's terrible.
That was awesome. A little raw humor there, I know.
Yeah, raw. But I got a lot of cool stuff. Starting off, T sent me this one out of nowhere. This is the Overwatch Zarya, which I think he found. Did you find this one at Ross?
Yeah. It decided to show up after you left.
Yeah. Which I gotta say, like, if I had bought this, and I don't collect. I collect miscellaneous video game figures, so this is a cool thing to have. I can't believe this is a $20 figure because it's huge. I mean, just for comparison, here's a G.I. Joe, and this is a $20 G.I. Joe, and this is also a $20 figure, and this is huge, and it comes with extra hands, which is kind of crazy, and it's heavy. This is not a hollow figure, so This is a really cool piece.
Leg brackets are crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These feel like the legs that would be on a high end, not high end, but like a deluxe figure from Hasbro, like a $30 figure. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they are as strong as the 14-inch Hulk.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So and again, like her having the accessory, it's interesting that like they released Diva on her own, but they probably would release that Diva as that's probably where they're planning on like making up the difference, but they never did that. I was fortunate the other so either I think it was the day before yesterday, I just happened into Target, just wanting to get out on lunch break, and I whenever I'm not expecting to find NECA or I'm not looking for them, I find them, and I found the Casey Jones and the Slashed Foot Soldier, this is a really cool set. They come with a lot of accessories. I like all the melee weapons Casey comes with. The Foot Soldier is actually way cooler than I was expecting. Like what they did for his torso, how it's just like all on this bendy wire in here. It's really awesome stuff. I think not that I'm willing to test. So I kind of he's kind of just on my display. He's going to be on the ground like in a dead pose. And my only gripe with him is that like Bebop and Rocksteady, when I ported his hands out and ported them back in, like you could see the paint shearing off the pegs.
Right.
Like NECA, stop painting the pegs. Come on. Also, they did like the cell shaded effect on the hockey stick, and you have to be really careful about that paint because that too will start coming off if you're not careful. And that's kind of like my only gripe is that NECA needs to chill out with some of their paint apps. Other than that, that's a really cool set. I also got the Prime Day exclusive Sleep Mode Prime, which they call like alternate universe Prime, which it's not really an alternate universe. He's just dead. He's dead. I think it would have been far more fitting if they just called him 2020 Prime. I mean,
cool.
Jeez. On the topic of primes, I got this from Amazon Japan. I got MP48, and I really like him. I was not expecting to. The interesting thing is they fixed the knees. Though it's interesting when they fixed them, they basically just removed that mechanism that caused them to break. So it fixes kind of like with an asterisk, because like when you bend the knees back, you don't have to coax the knee into moving, but when you bend them back forward, you have to push the thigh down. If you've owned MP44, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that knee plate doesn't like to go into place.
Yeah, so you have to push that knee plate back down when you're. It's not the end of the world. You don't have to worry about the ratchet breaking, which is nice. Sportimus, no, it does not have a sound box. They actually remolded this area, so there's no speaker or button here at all. They didn't make it thinner though, which here, let me get that out of the profile. They didn't make it thinner, so
Yep.
it's hollow. What's interesting is a lot of the stuff that's on here, it's just finished plastic. They didn't paint it, which I'm okay with. I'm 100% okay with it, because this Prime, it's like if you want an official masterpiece Prime that you can just kind of fuck around with and not worry about like the paint chipping on you. And another thing, because it's just a kind of a finish on the plastic, the tolerances are so much better on this guy. Like you don't feel like every time you move him, paint's shearing off. Another thing that I haven't heard any reviewers talking about, this piece here, that's no longer die cast. It's just plastic. So it's not scary locking the torso in anymore, which again is pretty awesome. So,
but is he justified for the price?
If you got him on Amazon Japan, yes, he's justified. If you're getting him and paying the late tax and paying that like, I think it's like I think it's like, so let's see, it's like $250. Yeah. So if you're paying like $70 more with that late tax or the domestic retail price, no, he's not worth it. If you just want a Prime to mess about with, I recommend talking to our boy Nate Simmons, because he's got the KO version of MP44 coming.
Alternate manufactured edition.
Yes, the alternate manufactured edition, Optimus Prime, which for me, I'm getting one, and that's going to be my Battle Damage Prime. That's going to go with my movie stuff. Let's see. Next up, keep it moving along, I have New Age Mista, which is their Dark of the Moon Soundwave. He is awesome. I don't think that he is that much of a nightmare to transform as Juan Deluxe Baldwin says he is.
I gotta say this. You know what I saw the other day at one of my local vintage shops?
What's that?
Human Alliance Soundwave.
Holy crap! He was impossible to find.
I know. I was like just staring at it.
Oh.
How much was it?
I can't even remember, but since I didn't look at the price because I'm not acquiring big items right now.
Yeah. He also comes. I got the one that comes with both Ravage and Laserbeak. They're both awesome.
Suicide him.
Yeah, the Laserbeak is really awesome, to be honest with you. Like, he's got some really cool articulated bits on him, like the
hell?
rear tail feathers move on their own. They didn't give him knees, but I can live without that. Ravage is also really cool. They gave him
Ravage.
all the ball joints in the torso, so you can get a lot of wiggly waggly.
Can you rip them apart?
Oh,
You probably can, but I don't want to do it. You definitely can. I just don't want to do it because he's so pointy. I don't want to have to put it back together. Let's see. Next up, like everybody else, I got my pre-order of Hunk in, and he looks good. If anybody needs a bad cube,
right?
What's that?
Did you transform the butt correctly?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Does he fit in the line? Does he fit in the yellow lion properly?
No, he does not, because you can't fit him in a Soul Chogokin. Also, if anybody needs a Brawn, I will be adding my Bad Cube Brawny for sale for a very cheap price. So if you need him, let me know. He's mine will be cheap. Mine will be like probably like $50 just to get him a good home. And he's got his repro labels on there, so he's ready to hop on your shelf. I got all the accessories and box pristine. So if you want them, let me know. We'll work something out. 50 plus shipping. And last but certainly not least, I got what is probably in the running for my figure of the year, the MMC Moors, which is their take on Helix and is their second to last DJD figure. And my God, this guy is cool. I'd seen him at TFCon a couple of times now. And yeah, the way they engineered the hands, the way they engineered the shoulders, like you can get his shoulders like all the way out. He's just such an impressive piece. And he looks really fucking cool with the rest of the DJD on the shelf. So I really can't wait for their, I can't remember what they're calling Thesaurus, but you know, having seen both of them at TFCon, I'm like, man, I can't wait to complete that set and just have that shelf done. It's been a long time coming since they released their Voss. So yeah, this guy just they keep getting better and better, in all honesty. I mean, I know some people aren't too keen on Nickel and the Pet, but I like that set. I thought they looked amazing, and for small figures, I think they're a lot of fun. But I think that's it for me. I do have some stuff coming in from Nate Simmons that didn't make it today, but you'll find out about that next week. Enu Table says it's Tortor. Yep.
Tortor.
So,
I have a guy coming in tomorrow that is very good at killing folks and can kill somebody with a pencil.
That was probably the Joker.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some news here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Comfy. Let's get comfy.
Let's get comfy. That should have been the episode title. Episode 99. Let's get comfy. And a reminder, next week is our 100th episode. We don't know what we're doing yet, but it will be something special. So
I'm currently researching the worst jokes I can find.
It'll be 90 minutes of Dave telling dad jokes and 30 seconds of news.
Sony threw this in for me. I forgot about this.
Oh, nice.
They
They were the
Oh, whoa! I forgot. I had one more thing I bought this week.
What'd you get?
Snapdragon.
Oh, nice. Did you find them Target?
Yeah. I completely forgot about that.
So let's get the elephant out of the room first.
Target
the Siege Well, not yet. The Siege cartoon. It's out today. We're going to be doing a B-side on the Siege cartoon. I haven't had a chance to watch it. T, you said you watched it?
I finished and Matt finished.
Okay, but Dave and Joe and myself, we all need to finish. So as soon as we watch it, It's 6 23-minute episodes. We promise. I know sometimes we toss around. This is one that's gonna happen. So please don't put any spoilers in the chat. Be kind to your fans.
Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the. Oh man, I can't watch it.
Oh man, ruined it. But yeah, we do intend on talking about it. But please be kind to your fellow fans out there. Don't spoil it. Let everybody have a chance to watch it, digest it. I know some folks are loving it, some folks not so much. I recommend going and forming your own opinion. Chances are you have a Netflix subscription or know someone who does, so just give it a watch. Helps out the franchise at the very least. So
no, at the very least, it has to be better than the Machinima stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, next little piece of news. It's not so much written anywhere. However, folks on the boards and as an eyewitness myself, I can tell you Target is currently doing a store reset. There is some news out there that backs this up. I happened into my local Target today, and some folks on the boards were saying that they've been putting out tags for MPM Starscream already, as well as Scorponok and the Commander class Skylynx. Not to mention, I know we normally do the Transformer stuff first, but there is an article out there on HissTank regarding what's going on with the G.I. Joe exclusives. So this kind of backs up everything that's going on with the store resets. So Hasbro's official G.I. Joe Facebook page and Twitter posted an update concerning the release of the G.I. Joe classified Target exclusive Cobra Island sets to the public. Now, these things kind of have found their way in the hands of a lot of fans out there already.
These fans.
Not these fans, no. Hasbro now states that the new street date will be August 1st, meaning that these will be available this Saturday, both in store and back up on pre-order on Target.com. So the pre-order date on the website is allegedly the 1st, but the rumor is that they won't release online until the 14th. We won't know for sure, so keep your eyes peeled on the Target mobile app or the webpage, and just try and pop into the store on when they open on Saturday. Additionally, they state, what's that?
So not my store though.
Not my store either. Though apparently the Boston Street Target had a few of the someone on the syndicate posted that they had some Joes. I think somebody found Roadblock and Beachhead. So but the two near me, they haven't had anything. So I'm fairly confident that if your Target's competent, that's kind of a roadblock saying, isn't it? That the reset should be done by Saturday. So not only look out for new Transformers products, but be on the lookout for new G.I. Joe products as well.
And now we know.
And knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
And Nightwing asks, what about the new Black Dino Charge Ranger? I saw on Toku Nation that he was found a couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah,
so
I saw one out there, but I haven't seen him in North Carolina yet.
Yeah.
And Nathan, I want that damn Baroness too.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the lookout for the Baroness myself. I know Matt wants one. So hopefully these things are about it. Well, actually, I can't say.
My wife cosplay as the Baroness.
I can't say that they will be.
She might be able to pull it off.
Oh. My wife is hot.
I'm obligated to say that. Sorry.
Sportimus says a competent target is an oxymoron. I'm inclined to agree with that to an extent. Okay, so on to a topic that I'm sure will lead to many dead horses being beaten in the next 6 months. I think every time Takara does this to us, we tend to do this. Some design sketches have come out for the. They're saying 2.0 Starscream, but isn't this really 3.0?
That is definitely 3.0.
Because
I think they consider the MP11 not to be a new mold, even though it technically was. It had a whole bunch of changes.
It's a heavy retool. I mean, it's like saying that the Voyager Earthrise Starscream isn't different from the Generations or Classics one. You know. So this sketch doesn't really show us all that much other than, hey, he looks cartoon accurate, but the side sketch kind of and the back show us a lot of interesting details here. For starters, he doesn't have any fins on the legs, which is a first for, I think, any of the Masterpiece Starscreams. I mean, even while the Make Toys one did fold up, they were still visible. And then also the fuselage section is completely hidden in here. So there's relatively, I don't want to get killed for saying it's a clean backpack, but it's a cleaner backpack than any of the current existing Starscreams.
Just a general, MPs they've been so backpack heavy lately. It has been funny.
Yeah.
One thing worries me is how far out the cockpit sits from robot mode from the side angle.
Yeah.
That looks like it definitely would impede on waist articulation.
I mean, it's definitely possible, especially if they were to take some of the, the design choices from Make Toys, especially their Galaxy Meteor. It's possible to have, a cockpit and have an ab crunch and waist rotation if you engineer it right. Sportimus also points out that the wings are folding over themselves, making them thick. I kind of like that in the sense that it gives them the correct shape, and it definitely should increase some of the durability of the wings in robot mode.
His back looks like a Tetrajet to me.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
A lot.
Some people have been pointing out too that
they're really skinny.
Yeah, I was about to point that out in the hands. Some people are saying the hands look a little bit on the small side, and that I don't necessarily know about. Again, it's kind of it's a design sketch right now.
I can't wait for it to be a 3-dimensional thing, because that back is confusing as crap to me.
I can't wait to have a heart attack over the price and knowing that they're going to want us to buy this 9 times.
I'm skipping
10.
it.
10. Got to have the Ghost of Starscream repaint.
That's true. It's interesting that the MP11 mold never got that treatment.
I would love for this to be base price and like the online retailers, U.S. online retailers, to be $200, and then the Amazon pre-order price be way cheaper. But I know that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be $300 at least.
I mean, I'm pretty sure with Starscream, I can guarantee you we're probably going to get the effects piece that's coming with figures. It's coming with Megatron and Beast Wars, Megatron and Optimus and Nemesis Prime. We're probably going to get these in purple, and they'll probably plug right into the Null Rays. We'll probably get the Coronation set, which I kind of hope we don't, because I'd like to just leave my MP11 with the Coronation stuff on and just have him.
That would justify keeping MP11 in the right way. And
I kind of like. I hope that they go lighter on the accessories. So going back to MP48, you have some people complaining about the lack of accessories, but I'm fine with it. He just comes with the axe. He comes with the blaster. He comes with the weapon effect. Cool. I mean, some people are saying, "Oh, it sucks he doesn't come with the battle damage parts," but he's not even a show character.
I'm gonna say this. I am really tired of the thing that happened in that one episode accessory.
Oh, me too.
I don't think it's really needed. I mean, unless it's something crazy iconic for some reason, like the axe, which even then the axe and the ball and chain were only used in one episode.
Yeah.
And call it blasphemy, but actually, yeah, I think I could live without axes and balls and chains.
I mean, I kind of tossed the axe on this guy just because I wouldn't have the regular Prime displayed with it, and it's done in this interesting blue color. So I was like, for this character, he can have it. But for the most part, a lot of these pieces that I get, they just kind of go in the box and go in my closet of boxes.
Oh, well, I'm dealing with that with my with packing up my collection. I mean,
and one thing I didn't
He's
show
not
off
even
is
a real character, though.
this is the box that MP48, or I'm sorry, MP49 comes in. I keep calling it MP48, but this is the box. It's small. It's like the same size box that Inferno and Grapple come in. And honestly, I'm fine not having another trailer that I have, just again sitting in a closet. So
Would have been cool if he came with Dark Roller and he transformed.
Yeah. Sportimus says, give him a flight stand. Now there's something that's an accessory I would want with this guy.
I'm with that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I know we're probably getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves speculating about a toy's price and all the stuff it's going to come with when really we're just looking at a base design sketch here. But I think that's kind of how Takara has us conditioned these days, and there's something to be said about that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would just need 3 faces, the null rays, the bombs for jet mode, and blast effect, and a stand.
I'd be fine even without the bombs for the jet mode, because in the jet mode he had the null rays most of the time.
Yeah. Again, except for that one episode.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, you talk about beating a dead horse. That is absolutely my horse to beat. Anyway, there's too much news to talk about today.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
There's too much news, so we will move on. Next up, we've got some shots of MP50, MP51, and MP52. There was a Hasbro Fans Expo in Hong Kong not too long ago, and they had some really cool stuff to show off. I mean, it's stuff we've seen before, but it definitely deserves a look over because whoever they hired to pose these figures did a way better job. I mean, first off, we got to look at MP Tigatron. He looks absolutely gorgeous. I think we're kind of. I know T, you're getting this guy, right?
I did not pre-order.
You didn't pre-order? Oh, okay.
I won it, but I didn't, and I got too many things about to hit my account at once.
Yeah. But you get a good look of his. Well, he's not out. He's not due out for a while. I think December, January.
Is it before or after RC?
He's before RC. He's 50.
He got pushed back to beginning of January.
Yeah. But you get a good look at the Tiger mode. I think this Tiger mode's far more successful than Cheetor. You still see a little bit of green in there, teal. I like him. I especially like the fact that he's off-white a little bit, too. He's not a stark white. So they have some variance in there.
Looking at him.
We got God Neptune. Again, this looks cool. I have no place for Combiner Wars combiners in my collection, but this definitely looks nice.
Combiner Wars is awesome.
What's that?
So Combiner Wars is awesome. Look, here's Rook.
Certain figures, I'll agree, are very awesome. We get a kind of. It's a shame they couldn't get a better shot of this. I guess it's behind glass, but this is the Quintesson Judgment set that's coming out.
I do kind of want that.
I definitely want it. I mean, you get Kranix, you get the two Quintessons. It's interesting to see that the Combiner Wars Sharkticon's getting new life. Hopefully they have more of them coming out. But this is one that, like, honestly, I'm probably gonna keep in the box.
So you're trying to say that
I'm dead serious, because it's
you're trying to say that this is a, brace yourself, boys, a quintessential collector's item.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's perfect in that box, like how it's displayed, and you know, it's like all the other figures they're coming out on their own. But it's cool that the I mean, if I did open up, I would keep the cardboard, and it's awesome that insert is, you know, what it is. Then you have MP52 spin out, which I'm probably the only one on the show that's going to get.
right.
It's just too much of a cash grab.
It is, but it's also the very first Transformer, so think about it.
It looks like.
Next up, we have Masterpiece Starscream, which some reviewers have already gotten their hands on. He looks good, though I think he's maybe lacking a little bit in paint.
A little bit.
But I still think he looks great. And I'm looking forward to getting him. I mean, the plane mode, the jet mode, looks freaking awesome.
The more recent review I've seen, he looks better. I think the first review I saw definitely was an unfinished prototype.
Yeah.
I think it was Tauntaun.
Yeah. And Nightwing, and I do know that he was the first Diaclone, but I mean, technically, he was the first.
Yeah.
No. I'm giving that one to Nightwing. I'm giving that one to Nightwing. He deserves it. You show him who's boss. You 50 figure action points to you, Nightwing.
Sportimus, I stand
right.
corrected. I believe he is MP39 plus. I do apologize. I've been off, so yeah, I'm, you know, kind of like, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like Takara with their weird conventions, because like this should be MP44B, not MP49, or you know, that what they consider plus and what they consider their alternates. Their conventions are so broken, how they number their stuff. You know, because some, like the plus version of Shockwave, many people argue is the Toon version. So
depending on the episode.
Well, the thing is, it's like, how can the plus version of Shockwave be the toy version when he's got fucking cartoon tampographics on his forearms? And then the original version of Shockwave, he's definitely not the toy version, but he comes with both the cartoon and the toy stickers. So it's like, it makes no sense.
It's like Chewbacca being with the Ewoks.
Yeah, exactly. Wookiees don't live on Endor.
Yeah. It makes
Nate
no sense.
is selling MB39 Plus for anybody interested. So here's what I was trying to get to, are some shots of RC by someone who at least made a valiant attempt to pose her. You get to see the backpack. I'm not going to lie, that backpack, it ain't pretty. But I think from here,
prettier than the Cyberverse one, the Siege one.
Right.
Yeah. I think if you're going to put this on a shelf, I think she's going to look good. I love the holster that she's got for the gun. I absolutely love that. And it looks like she's pretty well balanced, despite that backpack. And as she's kind of propped up against the plexiglass thing. But
I was talking to somebody. I think she comes with a stand. They're like, they don't think she's going to be able to stand up at all.
Yeah.
But I was looking at her original product shots earlier, where they show her from the side, kind of posing, showing her butt. I'm like, the backpack doesn't look like it'll weigh her down too much unless it's made out of a thicker plastic, which I doubt.
Probably not. No. But like right there, I think she looks pretty good. I mean, the chest doesn't look so terrible there.
Mine will be posed in like some type of gun holding pose, which
Yeah.
I know that's why they made the shoulders separate from the chest so she can get a good butterfly range.
Right. Like if we go back, you can definitely see it here. Yeah. Like she's gonna have all the articulation that the Fans Toys one didn't have.
All right. The only thing worries me is that thumb looks like it's always at a weird angle.
It's probably like MP Megatron's hand, where it's there, but it's like you can manipulate the hand in a way where the thumb seems like it's moving, but it's not.
I was saying earlier, I think this year is the year we're getting 3 RCs, and none of them have a real good backpack transformation. It's like they said, forget it.
But I mean, third party wise, you do have good choices for RCs. Like I will say all day that the MMC RC, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Is one of, if not the best RC that I've had, ever owned.
I like the way it transforms, and I like the way it comes together, but it's the aesthetics is my only problems with that figure, and the height.
Yeah, you didn't like the car mode at all, right?
Yeah, I like the car mode. I need to mess with the one that's pink. When I saw the pink version, it looks better.
Yeah,
but I think car mode is definitely too small, and robot mode is close, but I think she should be really close to Hot Rod's height.
Yeah,
I don't think that is.
Got to look at. I don't think we've seen these MicroMasters before. The 2 cars. I don't think any. I mean, we've seen the space shuttle. I can't wait for the space shuttle. I had that when I was a kid.
I saw the cars briefly on another posting.
You know what I would really like for them to do? Bring back the Landcross design, which was the MicroMasters that combined it with each other.
Well, that's.
Yeah, we got 2 so far.
Yeah.
That space shuttle and
the
last few minicons that nobody was able to find.
Yeah, I found them. Is this the Voyager? Yeah, so there's some stuff in here at the end. There's you get past Devastator. There's some new shots, in-hand shots of Super Megatron in here.
I kind of want. I'm mad at
I'm
myself.
glad. I'm glad I pre-ordered them. Like I never, as big of an Optimus Prime collector as I am, I never beat myself up for skipping that Galaxy Prime, and I'm glad that I said fuck it and pre-ordered this guy because, like, he looks good.
Looks cool.
So
displayed really well with the Star Convoy.
Well, thankfully MMC's making one, so they got me covered.
Convoy.
All right. Next up, we actually have. So we talked about this a few weeks back that there was going to be a wide release for Gigawatt, which is the the Back to the Future crossover. Transformer. Of course, let me pull up another link for this one because the image is tiny. Bear with my technical.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Here.
I gotta go be dad for a second.
Be dad. All right.
I'm show Sony that he's a rookie. You couldn't get him holding his arm out and with this blast effect on.
So let me go back here. At any rate, the official box art for Gigawatts come out. There's a site, a UK website, that has the picture. However, it's tiny, and the link that I have for it is not really
Working.
not really showing it off, yeah. But you can see it's the standard packaging. The only difference between the mass retail release, the one that's supposed to be showing up in Walmart, and this is going to be that license plate. And to be honest, I can live with that. I don't need to, yeah.
I barely want the thing. I don't want to be banned scalper price.
Yeah, because I just want the figure. I don't really care about a little license plate that's numbered. And I'm A-okay with that packaging being the same packaging and being in line with what we got for Ectotron. Next up, we got some new stock images of Earthrise figures courtesy of Takara Tomy. We got some interesting ones here.
Earthrise.
So, welcome to Earth.
This comes from the Dengeki site. So, we've seen this guy a few times. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen the integration with Zarak. Apparently, Zarak can sit on him. And, of course, the Sphere mode, we've seen that. Yeah.
They drive me crazy since Titan's Return. They put all the Titan Masters on top of the vehicle so they can get shot at.
I'm still not sold on this Megatron.
I can't justify it. I mean, I justify the Cyberverse. I'm sorry, the Netflix repaint one. I can justify that one just because that paint looks so good. This, it's like, it's almost the exact same. I mean, Prime at least Prime was almost the exact same thing, but they put enough retooling in there to at least give that G1 nostalgia.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Now that the show is out, that Megatron is going to disappear.
Yeah. So there's a wave 2 of the Netflix line coming out. I'm not sure whether this comes from Takara Tomy. So it's uncertain whether these are going to continue to be Walmart exclusive or not, but
they are.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I definitely want this Alita 1. I think this is way better looking than that RC mold, and it's funny because she was not the intended purpose of that mold.
I'm happy with.
You're happy with Mia?
I'm trying to word this right. I was about to say something else, but I'm gonna leave it to this. I'm happy with this design on the show that they weren't completely toy accurate. And her backpack looks way better.
Yeah. And we got Bumblebee, who's I think this is kind of been seen in the past week, but he looks like a highly painted, slightly remolded version of Cliff Jumper.
I don't think they should have given him Cliff Jumper's gun again. I think that's stuff they could have.
You know what sucks too is that they made the mold and it's coming with Centurion, and they could have just given him like 2 of the guns. You know, maybe tossed in like a Battle Master or something.
Yeah,
he looks like MP Bumblebee a lot.
It's the paint. It's that gloss yellow paint. I'm happy about
a nicer backpack.
Yeah, right?
The backpack is similar as well.
What do you want to bet that a lot of people toss this guy in with their MP collection because they hate MP45 so much?
He'll be little, but...
There was a Netflix Soundwave? What did I miss?
That's not out yet.
Yeah.
If that's not in this, the Netflix Soundwave is just going to be a retool of Seed Soundwave, but it turns into a cassette player.
Oh, I didn't see. That's the thing is, I didn't know that anything went up for pre-order on that at all.
He comes with it has
Laserbeak and Ravage, I think.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's a pre-order, so it was on the site for 38 seconds. Then all these then all the scalpers bought it.
Yeah, I will say, as much as I hate Walmart exclusives, with a little bit of patience, I had no problem finding any of them. And matter of fact, yesterday when I was in there, I still saw Scrapface and Hotlink and all the ones that should have been hard to find.
Right. I saw Scrapface yesterday. I mean, not Scrapface. Hotlink.
I've just been passing by him because, again, packing.
So next up, we got one that I know our good buddy Matthew Deluxe Baldwin is itching to get, or he's probably going to say fixing to get. That would be the 3-0 Blitzwing in G1 colors. And it's funny, I wondered how this would look, and it's not hateful.
Hated it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Like I honestly I won't. There's I don't have any space for this guy. Like my space for my Bumblebee display, it's reserved for Shatter and Dropkick. If they do 3-0 versions.
Oh, what happened to that third-party Shatter?
The Toy World one? I don't know. It's it's funny. It's like Freedom Leader or Tactics Waistcoat, whatever or not. He's finally just getting in stores. So it's just like everything. It's like the pandemic just slowed everything to a crawl almost this year. Which, I mean, it's kind of good in the sense that, we've still been overloaded with stuff. I can't hate on this year for the amount of stuff we've gotten. But yeah, definitely. No, it's not done. It's definitely not done.
A bunch of stuff is coming out next week. Even just from Jazzware, their UFC and AEW line come out next week.
Monday. They were advertising it last night on AEW, saying that they're coming out Monday at Walmart.
Yeah, good luck finding them on time at your Walmart, though.
I'm gonna go to Target.
The only figure I want, the main figure I want, won't be coming out till Wave 2. So,
yeah. I like this as a neat novelty thing, but it's not something. I mean, if I had unlimited space and unlimited funds, this would be a
novelty, and that price point does not go together.
Alex, that is definitely a good thing to get caught up on in these times. All right. So moving on, next bit of Transformers news. This one we talked about earlier in the year. I'm sure folks have already seen this. They don't have a prototype of this yet, but if you guys remember, there was an outcry earlier this year about Nicey and the Furai model Wingblade. And Flames Toys has announced that they've redesigned Wingblade, or not Wingblade, Windblade. Jeez. Let me see if I can find the old one.
I
hate that they listen to them Twitter people.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I mean, I showed pictures of that original Windblade to my wife, and she's like, "What's the big deal?"
Yeah,
but then again, I do shave the beard off my neck, so what do I know?
Yeah, I brought it up to Lex as well, and she was just like, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, this is the old design. They actually had it in plastic form. This is obviously not painted. This is Digibash. But to me, all it really looks like they did was change the wings. So, I mean,
check
that's
out
kind
those wings.
Yeah, right.
Maybe her butt is still there.
It's possible. I mean, what better way to say, hey, we redesigned it than to change the wings and show a very stoic front-facing pose.
That's hilarious.
God, look at the size of those fans.
Yeah, right.
If they're trolling, hey, we changed it, and all they changed was the wings, that would be hilarious.
So, here's the original design sketch. Yeah,
It's on
that's
Very
fire.
pink.
it's nice to
Yeah. So yeah, there's the original design sketch. So it seems to me that maybe all they did was change the wings and put her in a stoic pose, and be like, no one will notice now.
Oh, you see in the original design, she has thigh-high boots.
I mean, oh yeah, that's another thing. Though that's interesting because if you look at, so let me go back to this picture again, right? The Digibash. So if we go here, let me get pulled up here. If that panel's still there, you could just paint it red. It's a model kit.
Yeah.
So I don't think they did anything. I think they were just like, yeah, fuck you
Cool.
all. We're going to just going to like repose it, and we'll change her wings. We'll give her wing tips, and we'll put her in a stoic, serious pose. Yeah, it's like now that I think about it, they really didn't do anything.
Cool. On to the next. We got more news.
We do got more news. So this one, we don't normally talk about these on Figure Action. I don't think many of us are really fans. But speaking of weird design choices, I think the last show I was on, somebody asked about Transformers Pops, and those. What's the laughter for?
Just
Dude.
no.
All right.
No, I could care less.
So Hasbro
There's
has
so much more cooler things to talk about.
We do have cooler things to talk about, but these are really weird because Hasbro is allowing retro toys to be made into Pops. But what's interesting is these are the weirdest fucking things ever. Yeah, they're the like cartoon-ish heads with the toy bodies. Yeah.
Go to the Popple. I used to love Popples.
How do I get out of this?
Popples, purple for you.
I'm with Nate on this one. Next.
Next. All right.
All right,
Maybe
I'm
I
good
got
on
Kirby though.
Popple.
All right.
Cool. Yay.
So that actually wraps it for Transformers news. There's actually not any new third-party news coming out. But we do have some cool non-Transformers news. Starting off with some semi-breaking news. I actually got an email before we started the show from McFarlane.
Don't get me mad. I'm mad. I am mad.
Why are you mad?
Go to talk. Keep on moving. I'll tell you why I'm mad.
All right. So the new update that came out today, folks, last week I did a video showing you some of the parts we got in from our factory. So I wanted to give you a closer look at the ones I talked about. So I wanted to show you some of the up close details of the figure. I can't wait to show you folks what it looks like painted Todd. So this is the prototype.
That torso.
Yeah, it's rubber.
For now, I think it's going to be solid, he said.
Yeah.
And it's like update.
It's not going to have the body articulation.
It's going to have a ball in the waist, like the
in the waist, but it's not going to have the torso. It's not going to have the torso.
Have you ever played with NECA Kratos?
No.
But you can still get posability out just the waist.
I'm just saying that's not what I bought when I bought that Spawn. When I paid for that Spawn, that was based on that explosion chart. That was going to have an ab crunch and twist.
Yeah, there's still time. It's in the prototype phase. I mean, obviously this is a rubber piece right now.
Yeah, I think when they designed it, they wanted that body to be rubber, but when you make the ab crunch, it makes his body bend in an unnatural way, and you know how Todd is about his art. He didn't want it to look. He didn't think, since Spawn is basically skin, he didn't want it to fold crazy way like that.
But I'm just saying, that's why I was mad.
No, but
Because
the
that's
original
not what I paid
design
for.
never was separate. It was always one piece. But he was going to make it soft rubber.
I just had to go grab my Mortal Kombat one. Just
You got to watch. I watched an interview with one of the guys I worked with, McFarlane, and they basically broke it down as he really wanted it to be like an update to his original toy and not be super articulated, but he made the compromise by making it articulated, but he wanted to keep it as close to the original toy as possible. So in his vision, he's doing what he wanted to do to make it like
I know, but I'm just saying that's not what I dropped my money on. But
I mean, you still have the Mortal Kombat one.
I know.
And the Mortal Kombat Spawn is probably, I'm not going to say probably, the Mortal Kombat Spawn is the best Spawn ever made. Hands down.
And we're going to get more.
Yes.
They're trying to make that daggone movie.
Yes.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. I like the cape on this. I like the effects on this, but that body ticked me off.
For me, I'm not fond of the cape, but I'm like, it's a cool Spawn, and it was fairly decently cheap.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the wrist joints here, but that's the so far.
That dude went into that too. He was like, people keep complaining about the universal joints we use, like, and they was bringing this Captain America you got. So he was thinking he was making it move like a Marvel Legends peg, but I don't think there's a rotation. If it was a rotation halfway behind that, it would be better.
It's probably on a peg, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Because he's got extra hands.
Oh, it is. But it just
I don't think
Nightwing,
I don't think you can cancel from a Kickstarter. Once you commit to a Kickstarter, you're in.
But if you didn't like it, Dave, chances are there are a lot of people that missed out on the Kickstarter.
Oh, I know.
And probably double or triple or even quadruple your money.
I'm not a scalper.
No, I'm just saying that I never advocate scalping. However, whatever fair market price is,
just double.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So moving on, we got more news. I'm going to talk about Toka and Razor first.
I thought we were going to go more McFarlane. Okay, no problem.
Is there more McFarlane? Is there something I missed?
Yeah, like all the Dark Knight medals. There's a lot of McFarlane.
We didn't get to talk about that last week.
No, we didn't get to. There's
that
seems like forever ago. Last week was our guest week, right?
Yeah.
Yes, our guest speaker in costume.
That felt like forever.
It's 2020. Time goes weird. I'll find you the link. Move on to.
All right.
Go on talk. I'll find you that McFarlane stuff.
So Toka and Razor, anybody that's looking to get them, they are, God help anybody that's trying to pre-order them on NECA's website. But starting tomorrow on the NECAstore.com, they will be up for pre-order. It's my understanding the set is $70, which I'm guessing they're going to be some big boys because normally NECA. Normally NECA is
going to be
generous.
Too big for shelves and cost too much. So starting tomorrow for 7 days, you're going to be able to pre-order up to 2, and they're going to be made to order. So nobody's going to, however many people order, that's how many they're going to make, and nobody misses out.
Yeah. So be ready. Be ready if you want to get these guys. I mean, I guess in a way, and I if we can get to a discussion tonight, because I do want to talk about because NECA's had some criticism on resellers, and I think it's rightfully directed. I think everybody's been having issues finding the Casey Jones and Raph set, and I see far too many people in collectors groups where they've got 4 fucking sets in a cart. I have not been able to find Metalhead when I went to Target, I would have gladly picked up Metalhead. But when I saw Casey, I was like, this is my one and only opportunity to get Casey Jones. And it sucks. It really, really sucks as a collector when you don't have flexibility to buy something that you're passionate about. And I'd say for me, Turtles has probably become like the at least the NECA Turtles has kind of come in second to my Transformers these days, just because it's like they're catering to a huge, like probably the second biggest part of my childhood and giving me like the action figure representations of what I remember. It's cool that they're doing that, like the whole made to order thing. I kind of think maybe that's the way to go. However, I would hope that they would have other opportunities for people to buy them who maybe are on the fence right now, or you have a lot of people that are, even in a pandemic, are trying to get away in some way, shape, or form, or catch up on bill. It's a tough time. It would be nice if they had a little bit more flexibility for people. Say, hey, if these are popular, we'll do a second run in the future. So if
well, they've done what now? 3 runs of the Turtles?
I thought 2, because they did the additional. Okay, you're counting that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
GameStop and now Walmart.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'd say watch for anybody that really wants to be filled in. Pixel Dan interviewed the dude from NECA, and he explained all this in great detail because he was like aggravated with the people. He was aggravated with how they were handled and how the websites don't have things set up so that people can't buy everything all at once. And I think he did mention that a lot of stuff has been re-released over and over again, and it still has a possibility to be re-released in the future.
Yeah.
And he's like, depending on how this goes, there'll be more chances to get stuff.
Nate says it goes up in an hour and a half. So they are running on Eastern time. So that's good to know. Yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating. Like, when you see people, and again, I kind of want to say this for a discussion because it's like I highly believe in the Dan Larson approach, whether you love or hate Dan Larson. I think his approach to collecting is if you see one, make sure you leave one for your fellow collector. And it's just, I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing people on the Syndicate and other collecting groups, and they've got like literally a cart full, and it's like, oh, I'm helping out fellow collectors, $75 plus shipping. It's like, you are not helping out any fucking fellow collectors. If you were, you'd leave the goddamn thing on the shelf, period. And your whole, oh, I'm recouping gas. No, you went to the store on your own terms to contribute to your own collection. You don't need to be recouped for gas or time. And I understand, the argument for capitalism and this, that, and the other, but as a reseller, you're just causing you're causing a supply disruption. And the other thing too that really sucks is I know a lot of people that don't even bother to collect this stuff because of the fact that they know it's hard to find because people are scalping.
Oh yeah. I was actually on the NECA group, and this one guy, because NECA's losing the Godzilla license, is immediately, what's the rarest Godzilla out there?
Mm-hmm. It's like the pop collectors. It's like there's so many pop collectors out there. And again, I don't have anything. I own a few pops. Like I have like the Ian Malcolm, like the sexy Ian Malcolm, because I thought it was funny, and nobody else is going to make that. So in certain cases, like
it gets your motor running.
Yeah, it gets my motor running. And I have some of the Resident Evil ones because there's not enough Resident Evil merchandise. I've got I'm looking at it now. I've got Nemesis, Tyrant, the Liquor. Like these are all things I think like maybe Toy Biz made like 20 years ago. And there's a certain market for pops, but I see so many people. It's like, here's my pop collection. Here's what it's worth. I would never make a YouTube video with here's how much my Transformers. It's like you're begging to be robbed. You're like, oh, where's this person live? What's your name? Yeah.
Speaking of, how's Kevin Womack doing? No, I'm kidding.
But I've had those discussions with him. It's like, some of these people are ridiculous. They put just here's what our pop collection's worth. Here's how much it's worth. It's like no, if you wanted to invest in something, buy gold, son. Buy gold. Invest in gold. Don't invest in pops, because like when the bubble bursts, it's like all those motherfuckers that were in court divvying up their Beanie Babies collections when they got divorced. You know?
Now that you mentioned that showing off your collection thing, not everything that I review on my channel stays in my house or stays in my collection. I don't still have everything.
But he does have that sovereign, and well,
I got Sportus writes, in other words, don't be a dick. Well said. Sorry, I've derailed us here.
We were on the rail.
Actually, you know what? Sportus is right. Buy Lego. That's where the money's at. And I think somebody once said that the return rate for Lego was better than gold. Though I think a lot of that has to do with their plastic quality, and that Lego's plastic has remained consistent since the 70s.
And it doesn't. You can't destroy Lego plastic, right?
You can destroy it, but it's fucking hard.
It destroys your feet.
I'd say not by stepping on it.
All right. Continuing on our turtles discussion. You know, it's funny. I was having a conversation with somebody saying, like, man, Playmates is really missing the mark by not doing like Marvel Legend, like a Marvel Legends-esque line. Oh, it was my buddy Nick. I was talking to him about it, and I said, you know, I don't want Hasbro to become a monopoly, but it would be awesome if Hasbro bought Playmates and gave Turtles the Marvel Legends treatment. And it looks like Playmates is making kind of another attempt. They did these not too long. I remember you reviewed the Secret of the Use figures a while back, and they were like okay attempts. I mean, they pale in comparison to like what NECA's done.
These look like the same ones, just different heads.
Yeah, different heads and different paint job.
Yeah, it's the same body. It's that same Secret of the Use figure.
Yeah.
But then they'll probably not hold the weapons right and have sprue marks. But it's $20.
And
hopefully.
Yeah. Well, probably 20 a piece, or are they selling these as a... See, it's kind of weird. If they were going to sell these individually, you're basically buying like the Mirage Turtles are all kind of like the same looking, so you're really just buying it based off of their weapons. So I guess these would probably have to be a 4-pack. It states they're a previews exclusive, so it's kind of hard to say. Actually, the article states that they're due in December. They're going to be priced at $25 each. I can't see these being worth that.
Not at all. I mean, I got the Playmates Ralph and Leo. I didn't hate them. I got them for $15, and I was happy with the $15.
Yeah. Kevin chimes in. He says, "Kevin never talks price."
He doesn't look at the price. He just say, "I need it," and then buy it.
Jedi Mindset says, once a Lego set's retired, it goes up 3 times in value. Side note, we never talked about. Did we ever talk about that Lego NES set?
Nope.
That's out.
But we'll talk about it later. Next.
Yeah.
More news.
All right. Next up, rounding out our Turtles news. So there's some drama going on in the Turtles community right now.
There's so much drama with the TMNT.
This was sent to me by a viewer. Contacted the Figure Action Facebook account. So there's an article on the Floosh, right? And it took some reading here about the Super 7 Turtles, and it kind of starts getting spicy on pages 5 and 6. It does. It starts getting spicy. So let me pull up the Twitter. Bear with me here.
Spicy like pizza.
Spicy like pizza, yeah. Here, bear with me. So
it turns out they put pineapple in one of the pizzas packed with the turtles, and we all know that.
No, so we've been talking about the Super 7 Turtles for a minute on Figure Action, right? So, I mean, they looked neat, but I don't think that so for those that aren't in the know, like, these are the toy-inspired updates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. extra articulation, etc. Now these retail for about $50 a piece.
Ultimates.
Yeah. So a reviewer actually got these in hand. I'm trying to find a link. Of course, I can't show his review because we'll get, flagged. Let's see here. I believe his name was God Dragon. Bear with me a second. Let me confirm that.
Me.
So
Yes.
here, I'll get. It's Dragon Soul. So this guy, Dragon Soul, and I watched the review. It's about 17 minutes long. He reviews Wrath and he reviews Splinter. So in the guy's review, he shows off, and again, I'm not going to show it all off. He shows that he's a big-time turtle collector. He has a whole bunch of official products. He's got plenty of them. He's got a really impressive display for his turtles. And he goes through to make this a fact, right?
He likes turtles.
He loves turtles. This guy is based out of China. So where this gets interesting is in his review, he talks about the quality of the Super 7 turtles. He states that that Raphael feels hollow, that the plastic feels brittle, that it doesn't feel as dense or as good a plastic as a NECA turtle, which take that for what you will. He also has Leatherhead and Slash already. But what's interesting is someone started a Twitter conversation with one of the folks over at Super 7, Brian Flynn, who works there. He says, "Hey, this is Brian from Super 7. I know that our Chinese distributors not yet have these in hand, so anything you have is either one, fake, or two, factory rejects that have come out of a back door somehow." Well, going back to the review on YouTube, right? He has the shipper boxes. And when he gets into reviewing both Wrath and Splinter, I mean, come on. Try and tell me that this is a factory reject. I think T and I have both purchased factory reject Transformers before.
They didn't come with the package.
No, they tend to just come in.
Luckily, I don't know where they are.
So Sportimus says that Brian Flynn is the founder and CEO of Super 7. And no, I didn't say Cock Dragon, Kev. I said Dragon Soul. Now, I will say that the dude's review is a little hard to listen to. I mean, the guy's not a native English speaker. He does speak English very well, but his dialect's a little rough to listen to. But I think he gives a very fair review. I mean, he shows the flaws of the figure. It comes with everything. I have a hard time believing, and even like the feet of Raphael, he shows have like the Viacom 2020 on there. I think his criticisms are very fair. Here we go. I'm trying to find the feet. Yeah, like he talks about how there's no holes on the bottom and these things aren't well balanced. He shows how loose the joints are.
Those could be the test package shots, though. Like literally, It was the dress up for the. This is how it's going to come out, and this is how the full production sample is going to be.
They could be, but what's interesting is that he has all of them, and I mean, if they were, would they really have all of this on the packaging?
Yes, actually, if it is the full dress up of this is what the final production is going to be like. Yes, that is the full dress rehearsal.
So I mean, if you go over on the Floosh, there are some folks that are defending it, but I will say that when you see something like this, and again, as somebody that's purchased pre-production figures before, typically the quality doesn't differ that vastly from the final product. I mean, I'd argue that the pre-production sample of Bumblebee that I got was actually better, and not that I got, that I handled, was actually better than what Takara actually released.
The only one I had was Hot Rod, Masterpiece Hot Rod, and the thing that was different was the the cockpit was a different color, and the paint wasn't as good.
Here we go. Roland Rage says he put up another video showing the store in China that actually has them in the store. So if they're a dress up, and he went, and in the video he does say he went into a store and bought them. If they are actually a dress up, I don't really believe that a store would actually just have that many of them. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting nonetheless when people start getting these in hand, how they're reviewing them and how they stack up versus the NECA figures, especially since, again, here both of them are aimed at collectors and they're roughly the same scale. But with NECA, you're getting 2 figures for the price of 1 Super 7.
For me, I never really liked the toy aesthetic, so they weren't ever on my list anyway.
Certain ones I do like the toy aesthetic, like Mutagen Man, and I think Baxter Stockman as a toy is a really good design. I like Slash's toy design way better than I like the actual animation design of Slash, which is what kills the Turtles in Time Slash for me, because like the on the NECA one, like the pixels are too prominent. So yeah, okay, yeah, he has the where I got my Super 7. So let's just check this out and see what he shows. So he shows the store. And yep, these things are, again, I can't show the YouTube video because we could get pulled down in real time, but he's showing these things. They are just out on display. Okay. So it's really gonna be hard to say. Like,
well, let's put it this way: did you buy one? Did you order?
No,
any?
I didn't.
T-Man, did you order any?
I ordered the whole set.
Okay, so we'll see when T-Man gets his.
I'm just saying though, it sucks that I've been in this dude's shoes before, where like with the Transform Element Bumblebee. I bought the Transform Element Bumblebee. I got mine well before a lot of other people. And I was told that I was wrong for saying parts of it were knocked off from the MPM movie Bumblebee. And I like had direct shots of like, here's this part, here's that part. They stole this from the Hasbro one. And people were like, no, you're wrong. They didn't. And then like both, like when T and I both got the pre-production sample of Hot Rod, there were people that you have something in hand, they don't want to hear what is. They don't believe you. And, again, I can believe both parties on this one. It's interesting to see the drama that's coming out of this, but it makes you worry a little bit about what's going on with these Super 7 figures and the quality. Because, again, like the Splinter he has, it has a whole bunch of QC issues. The Wrath has loose joints.
We do know that Robo from Foosh ordered them, so when they come out, I'm sure he will give us a wonderful review or a scathing review.
All right. So
on to the next.
We got some fun news. I shared these in the chat not too long ago. I'm going to file this under so cool, want, but too expensive. Figma, God bless them. They're pulling on our heartstrings here. These are to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Sega. They're coming out with Figma, like 1/6 scale. I'm sorry, 1/12 scaled Sega consoles. And
the only thing made me sad looking at those pictures is they had TVs, but they don't come with a TV, right?
No,
they should come with a CRT. That's actually, if I get a house with a basement, I am planning on finding an old CRT TV so I can hook up my Dreamcast and Xbox to them.
I guess we got to pretend that those controllers are wireless controllers.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you want to get fancy with some string, but I love the fact that the disc trays open and the cartridges go in.
And it gets immediately lost in your rug.
Right.
I like that part, that they have the actual Virtua Fighters.
Yeah, I mean, if they made like the little TV and the entertainment center, I mean, that would just be.
I never realized till like this year that it was called Virtua Fighter. I thought it was called Virtual Fighter for all these years.
Epic has pre-ordered a set. Those are going to be awesome in some photography.
Show enough.
Yeah, I learned that I got schooled on the schoolyard when I was a kid, and I said virtual, and I was like, I got well, actually, it's Virtua. There's no L. And it was like 8.
All the people around me never paid attention either.
This is kind of like a check the Amazon Japan price. I mean, I'm looking on BBTS, right. But I just think
that one, I almost wait for the Ally Express versions.
Yeah, and I know you can get like the Figma Virtua Fighter. Like I know Sarah is typically really, really cheap.
I just took the AliExpress app off my phone. Like I don't think I ever ordered anything, but every time I was on there, everything I picked that I was interested in said it couldn't ship here.
Yeah, well, like that was also during Corona. You were also looking at during the epidemic, during the peak of the epidemic. So
right.
All right, and next up, unless Dave has found that McFarlane link,
it's in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat? Okay, I have to get back to the chat. This one's kind of out of nowhere, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this. Did you guys know there's a new G.I. Joe video game coming out?
Yep, it's cel-shaded.
Yeah, it's called Operation Blackout. We got some in-game screenshots and info. Thanks to Best Buy, there is a look at Operation Blackout, cel-shaded graphics. It's classified designs, and of course, they say their first impression is positive. It's a 4-player PvP game, and that's kind of it outside of screenshots. I mean, I'm guessing probably a budget title. I'd love a G.I. Joe game with a story mode and some missions. Never heard of Game Mill Entertainment, but
I'm if I see it as a free download on my PlayStation Network, I'll be interested. But that's about it. You're not going to catch me spending a dime on this.
It's cool. You could be Cobra from what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a PvP thing, you know. I mean, it would be cool though if they use it as like a vehicle to put some of those costumes that are, you know, kind of like you're just seeing in the toy line. You know, actually put them in motion, so you get
only if I can use the Pimp Daddy Destro.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the second unlock.
All right, so let's look at our. I would love to use Pimp Daddy Destro too. But let's look at some of the McFarlane stuff. So you're talking about the SDCC.
Scroll down.
Oh, okay.
Scroll down.
I gotta scroll down.
There's a you just if you go down from the bottom and work your way up.
Oh, there's a gallery down here.
Well, those are different articles on there. So move up and start there.
Okay, so you're gonna talk about the all right.
You've got if you read the dark metals. So you've got yourself the Red Death, except he's actually going to be a 2-pack. He's actually part of the 2-pack. But you've got the Crow Robins. They will come with the metal chains. The big issue right now, though, is they will have random heads. So you have to chase after the different expressions.
And they have crazy ab crunch. Like they had ribs removed.
Mm-hmm. Like Marilyn Manson rumoredly had. The the big guy in the blue armor, I can't remember which one that is. That's actually a Build-A-Figure.
They've been really inconsistent with Build-A-Figures of these McFarlane DC figures.
The only thing they've had that's build has been the Batmobile.
Batmobile, yeah.
All right, go back to the. Okay, so this is the next wave coming out. So you've got the Robins, You get the Batman Who Laughs, who also has the Hawkman wings. The Superman is from the Batman vs Superman, where Superman was infected with the Joker virus. And then you get the Batman Middles Batman.
I really want to see McFarlane do a Bizarro Superman. Like I think he'd probably get like the demented, twisted look with like a hint of humanity in it. Like I think that would be like the.
If they did, I would really like them to do the Bizarro that was used in Red Hood and the Outlaws, as well as Artemis.
You know, thinking of it now too, it's like I'd love for him to do, and I never picked up the animated Superman, but I'd love for them to do an animated Bizarro.
So, but yeah,
This
so that
Superman, he's short, but I would like that body with the regular Superman head.
Nate's saying these are the sad part is most of these are Walmart exclusives.
They need some exclusive. Every Walmart that I go to, they don't have any multiverse.
We're gonna have to have this discussion.
But that's going to be a pretty cool wave. And again, if you're a fan of the Metal series, this will definitely be all must-haves. I know I'm going to probably pick up at least 2 Robins to go with my Batman Who Laughs. I'm debating if I want the one with the Sky Tyrant wings, just because I really like the original design. I still think that one's near perfect.
You know what series that Batman is from?
Yeah, that's from the Bat Metals. That's from that story arc.
I've seen there's some type of bigger figure of him that costs over $100.
All right, back to the toy arc stuff. Or is there more pictures?
Let's see.
I think it's just those 2.
Yeah, it's just those 2.
Okay.
Go back one.
Then okay, go there.
Well, that's Deathstroke.
Yes, click on that. Yeah, that is. We were actually in the chat before they were announcing the figures, and I said there's only 2 major figures I majorly want McFarlane to do. First one I said was Deathstroke, and this came up.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the face on that Arkham Origins Batman at all.
Yeah, but the body
that Knight, right?
That's not Arkham Knight Batman. That's Arkham Origins.
I'm waiting. I'm actually really excited if they do an Arkham Knight. But that Deathstroke looks amazing.
It looks really close to Arkham Knight.
No, the actual Arkham Knight.
Oh.
So hopefully Deathstroke comes with a couple of swords.
Yeah.
Better.
Then we got these 2. Then we got 2 2-packs. Can you blow it up?
Yeah. Let me. Nope. There it goes.
You got your Flash with a serious face, and then you've got the Red Death, which is the Batman who took the Flash powers. And then the figure I'm most excited for is that Red Hood, who better come with pistols.
He's got the holsters.
Oh, that dude what is the guy's name? Parallel Universe did an interview with the McFarlane dude, and I think I could be making this up, but I think he did show the guns. And that he definitely showed the Flash with the lightning effects attached to his arms and back and feet. I don't know why they didn't show all that in promotional pictures. I want that Red Hood.
That Red Hood, yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of that Nightwing design by far. That is, I still have the first McFarlane one, but the fact that I get that Red Hood is going to be a must buy.
I think they actually retooled his face to have a sculpted mask from what it looks like.
All right, then we go there. On the far left, that has been a figure I've been waiting years for. That's actually from the Batman White Knight series. It's a variation of Azrael in the bat armor. So he's got the clawed fingers from Batman 700, I think. It's not quite that Bat Knight design, but I bet that's still finally the best version of that armor. The Joker's using a lot of remold from the Arkham Asylum one, except with more vibrant colors and a more traditional Joker head.
Yeah, I saw a side-by-side comparison, and the whole jacket, upper torso, is different.
Oh, okay. Good. That gives me enough reason to buy it then.
Mm-hmm.
Flash, you got a more cheerful looking Flash face. And then you got another animated character with Cyborg.
I think that Cyborg looks really good. I like the fact that they're using transparent plastic on him. Like that looks awesome.
I couldn't believe they made that, to be honest.
I think he's probably the most popular Teen Titans character.
It seemed random, like all the other characters are comic, and then boom, Teen Titans Cyborg.
I mean, my daughter loves talk. She talks like Skyfire, not Skyfire, like like Starfire all the time.
Soaring Games goes, Flash has toe pivot. Thank God. I mean, if you couldn't get him in a running pose.
Oh, that was Plastic Addict's problem with that. The group shot with Red Death, his toes are curled up, and they didn't need to be.
I don't know that Cyborg's going to be the sleeper of the wave. I really think he's one of those characters that I think has universal appeal.
Right, kids will actually buy that.
Yeah.
Which I'm betting they're banking on kids wanting him.
But I mean, these are all some, and then there's one more.
All right. Flashpoint Batman.
Flashpoint Batman. Oh my gosh. That
He looks
really gorgeous.
I think they done a good job with these backdrops and the photography.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is.
He said he printed out images from Batman the Animated Series.
I mean, it works. It works well.
Beautifully.
And some of these rocks and stuff that they're standing on, the Flash pack is going to come with a rock base.
The Flash is going to come with a rock base?
The 2-pack.
Oh, gotcha.
But I think he's going to be an Amazon exclusive. And everyone's coming out except for him in 2020. He's going to be 2021.
Well, no, it says winter 2020.
Okay, sorry. They're all fall. He's winter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at the torso. I mean, awesome. I didn't look at that. Let me zoom in on my screen.
You see, I see stuff like this, and that's why that McFarlane Spawn ticked me off, because these are absolutely gorgeous. I will be dropping way too much money on these. I'm happy to finally have DC figures I want. That makes me thrilled.
Right. They're pumped about that. Because after probably the first few waves of Mattel's DC in the multiverse, nobody cared anymore.
Yeah. The McFarlane stuff must be selling because it's just like I constantly see like, I mean, there's definitely peg warmers. Like the one I see all the time is the Wonder Woman in gold, and I guess
right
part of it is again, I don't know what happens in Wonder Woman 84 because we haven't been able to see it yet.
Yeah, watch what's going to happen is it's going to be she does the most badass stuff in that armor, and everyone's going to be like clamoring for it now.
Yeah.
Plastic Addict sent us some pictures from his Target in the group chat. They had stacks of that both Wonder Woman, the latest 2 Batman figures, just stacks of them, like on the NECA area and in the regular DC
area. Walmart had probably 8 Batman White Knights.
Wow.
No Jokers, no Azraels, but 8. It's like it was just a case of just straight those figures. It was the weirdest thing.
For anybody watching this, that figure is actually good.
It is good. It's not my favorite, but it's a great figure.
Buy it. Get it off the shelf.
So you guys got a minute to discuss store exclusives going back to
Sure, we got a minute.
we got a minute. So
Not like I got work in the morning.
Oh,
Hey.
1 minute over.
So, initially I got a little ahead of myself when we were talking about NECA and going on that rant. But, as T mentioned, you go watch that interview with Pixel Dan. NECA's very aware of the scalper situation. And there was a change. And again, like take change.org with a grain of salt. But there is a change.org petition that's actually picking up a lot of traction, and it's directed at Hasbro, it's directed at NECA, and a few other toy manufacturers. And the petition is basically asking them to stop doing store exclusives because of the distribution problems. And again, I can relate to that. I know. Again, I know it's a complicated thing when a retailer agrees to do a store exclusive, but I think there's sensible exclusives to do. Like you look at some of the Generation Select stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's stuff that should be store exclusives. But when you start getting into like major characters like Skywarp and Thundercracker, and the distribution's just not there, you start getting into stuff like, like Beachhead and the Baroness, and the distribution's not there. It starts becoming tough. And then NECA, Casey Jones, that's a major character for the Turtles movie. So I can understand.
Sorry, finish up.
I was going to say, I understand like where people are coming from. I agree to it. I totally relate to it. But I guess the bigger thing I want to discuss is it the exclusives that are the problem, or is it the distribution?
Oh, it's hands down the distribution.
And I think that NECA approach of if you pre-order it, we'll make one for you. I think that's what they ought to do for, because you look at like the Earthrise stuff, right? And I think at the beginning of the year, we had pre-orders for RC, Snapdragon, we had Scorponok, and that was like way earlier in the year. So why not open up pre-orders for things like, okay, you want Skywarp and Thundercracker? Pre-order it. We'll send you one. You want Pounce and Wingspan? Pre-order it. We'll send you one. But that's how pre-orders that's how pre-orders used to work. Back in the video game days, like when video games were unpredictable. And, if you didn't pre-order a game, chances are you weren't going to get it until later. The stores knew how many.
They should lock you into that purchase after like 30 days, so you can't cancel.
Do the Amazon Japan thing. Like Amazon Japan, when you pre-order through them, you're locked in. It's like I don't know what to tell you. You can't cancel it.
Damn, it's had a sneeze. Here's the problem. It's if you're the company, if you're Hasbro, if you're NECA, and Walmart comes to you and says, we guarantee we're going to buy 100,000 units from you. Here's the check. You're not going to say no to that.
Right.
If I tell T-Man I am going to sponsor 50 videos, here's $1,000. He's going to start recording right now and hand me that flash drive with those videos. The thing is, it's Walmart, it's Target, it's toys. I'm sorry, no matter what, it is still not a high priority thing for when you've got a place that's got produce, it's got milk, it's got perishables. That is their priority of rotating the shelves out, and those toy cases are in the back gathering dust. They do get out there because, oh my God, we're tripping over these cases. Can we please get these out now?
Amazon exclusives are something I've never had a problem with.
The Amazon, no, those are different.
Yeah,
that's different.
And to your point, I understand why. It's because Amazon's a one-stop shop for everything, both essential and non-essential.
Well, it's not just that though, because they still need to allocate of those 100,000 units that those units are going to get to the stores.
Right.
So then for online pre-orders of those 100,000 units, they're going to put 4,000 allocated for online pre-order. That's it. And the rest are going to be packed on trucks, guaranteed to be distributed out to the stores. Because if Billy in Texas misses out on his pre-order, he's hopefully that he will see it on his shelf. But the problem is, you know, Mike, who can either put out what we just talked about. That's we're talking about the pre-orders and store orders. The pre-orders, they have set a small pre-orders, but they're guaranteed to get units out in the stores. But again, once they're in the stores, they become a low priority because they're toys. Meanwhile, I've got 2 cases of lettuce that are going bad here. We need to get them out.
So I hold up my alternate universe Prime here as a good example of what an exclusive should be.
Right.
And I think this definitely is something that nice to have, not necessary. And also something that's sought after. I mean, the original masterpiece Sleep Mode Prime, it still goes for top dollar. Well, because people just want a dead Optimus for their display.
But here's the thing. I go to Walmart now hunting for my Spawns, hunting for my Casey Jones. And of course, since I can't find it, but while I'm there, I'll get a text from my wife saying, can you pick up the milk? You know?
Right.
Guess what? So the fact that that exclusive's there, that's why they're doing it.
I was going to say something similar. The Walmart and all those stores, they want something that's super desirable, not something that's like low key. They want you to want to come to the store. So while you're there buying Galvatron, you also want the Megatron that's on the shelf. You'll buy more than just the Galvatron. You'll get some other Transformers to go with it.
And again, when it comes to NECA, when it comes to Hasbro, guess what? Walmart's check cashed. They made their money. Life is good.
I can agree, but I also disagree. And like what Nate says here, Nate says, I could see repaints or special editions of store exclusives, not standard characters. You know, do Starscream's Ghost. You know, that's something that a lot of people would want, that would get people into the store. But if you miss it, it's not like, oh crap, I'm missing, you know, a major character.
The whole Netflix wave.
The Netflix wave's a great example for exclusives. You know, I mean, you know, I had no problem finding Hotlink. I had no problem finding Scrapface. That was like one of the first times that distribution wasn't terrible. And it's like they made me buy that Megatron mold for a 3rd time because they had a superior paint deco. And that's kind of like back in in 2007 when they had the Target exclusives. They had like the premium editions. And I think certain stores got different premium, like Best Buy had a premium edition Megatron that was more movie accurate. And Ratchet and those sort of things. Like, okay, well, hey, come to our store. We've got the version of the character that's got a better paint job, but you're not screwed if you miss out on it.
Well, I mean, listen, I hate certain things. Like, I mean, the fact that the Evil Dead 2 was a Walmart exclusive for NECA.
Mm.
I was lucky to find one last year, and finally the Walmart next to me just got one in for the first time, and they got one in because probably they were sitting on a case since last year. Which
I wonder how many exclusive I've actually looked at and didn't know they were exclusive and just kept on going.
I remember that one toy hunt you had where you like went past like some Chase Pops and you had like all those comments like, you should have bought them.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't even look at them.
Well, I mean, as a collector, I hate it. As somebody who's worked retail, I completely understand it. And unfortunately, in the end, as I said, as far as NECA is concerned, as far as Hasbro is concerned, if the check cashes, I mean, that's all that counts.
Sure. I just think there's an argument to be made that when you take major characters and you make those exclusives, you're going to alienate some of your audience because then there's going to be this. And again, I know FOMO is a problem in a lot of collecting communities, but I feel like there are some people that are going to be discouraged from collecting because they're not going to be able to complete the essential part of their collection, right?
Oh, I mean, if it was something like doing a Hasbro Build-A-Figure and the torso was only at Walmart, oh my God, there would be a
Yeah.
riot. Or if they decided to do a Predaking, but the Rampage was only a Target exclusive, something like that.
Yeah.
That's
Have y'all seen the Warp Zones episodes where they have the executive from Disney and then some character from a Disney movie comes there to talk to them about the things they don't like in the movies, and the executive give them like a real talk discussion. They need to make one of those about this and have a customer come in there having the same discussion like, you shouldn't alienate us, and then that person tell them that they don't really care about us.
yeah. Well, okay. Nightwing mentions the Black Dino Charge Ranger, but you know what though? The Black Ranger in the power armor, with the Dragon Shield armor, great Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah,
'Cause,
absolutely. In fact, I saw one of those when I was on vacation. I went to Walgreens. They had one, and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
They still have
it.
Ratchet in there. A lot.
Ratchet, I don't think should have been a Walgreens exclusive, personally.
It makes sense for a pharmacy. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll give you that one, but I mean, you know
I
what?
didn't even think about that ever. That's scary.
I think Hubcap should have been been a Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah, I think a lot of these Generation Selects figures really should have been the exclusives.
But the thing is, the fact those were Pulse exclusives, cool.
Well, yeah, Pulse definitely should have exclusives because it takes people to their storefront and Hasbro's desire to sell stuff to people directly. And it's great that they have a channel for that. But I feel like I feel like a lot of the frustration just comes from the fact that it's sought after characters that are winding up store exclusives, and it's pissing people off. And then I think the other problem too is, again, a place like Walmart or Target, their main prerogative isn't selling us toys. Like it's like you said, it's clothing, furniture, groceries, electronics, things that are going to get them.
It'd be nice if they get the case out.
Right. But, they're not going to stop, Joe Schmo from going in and buying up like 2 cases of Marvel Legends or every seeker set that's on the shelf.
So I will say it was cool going to a Target and I actually said they're only allowing you to buy one of each NECA. They wouldn't let you hoard NECAs.
And that's surprising because here, they don't do anything like that.
Get you a hunting buddy, whether they actually live in your town or in another city, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to rely on that a bit, but it just sucks. It's just, I feel like, and again, we had several people in the chat that said that distribution was the problem, and I feel like if distribution was a bit better and you eliminated some of the fear of missing out, and it was like, well, if I go to Target or Walmart, it's going to be here for the next couple of months, and then it just dries up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, and again, it's a delicate balance because, again, in the chat, it was identified that, hey, a lot of exclusives can go on clearance, and retailers don't want to buy stuff only to toss it up on clearance because are you really driving people into the store? But I feel like if, when the Seeker set released, if I felt like I could have gone into Target and found Skywarp and Thundercracker, I feel like, like you did. On my tip, may I add.
Wait, did you ever get them?
I did.
Oh, good.
Remember I showed you?
I forgot.
Dave, I want to know if your Thundercracker has a loose wing, because it seems to be a running issue.
My Starscreams do.
Yeah. But
I'll probably open those at the next house.
There you go.
They're gonna be in my forever backlog. Oh my god!
I feel though, if there was less fear of missing out, you wouldn't have the people that were preying on it. You know what I mean? Like, if like, say I could go into Target and chances are I can find the NECA stuff that just released. Like, it's plentiful enough, but they're not going to restock it in the future. I feel like you wouldn't have the people that go in and buy 3, 4, 5 of them and then are selling it on Facebook.
It is worrisome. I think from what I've seen recently, the Transformers exclusives, you can find them eventually. Anything else, it's a crapshoot. Like, I've never ever seen Red Hulk ever.
Saw him once. Bought him.
I saw him several times.
I've never seen him.
I saw him, but I mean, it's funny though. It's like I think a lot of it comes down to like, if you don't give a shit about something, you're more likely to find it.
Right. I
'Cause, like,
didn't care. I only wanted to see it so that I could have it in a toy hunt video.
Yeah.
But I've never even seen it ever.
Because like I found Pounce and a Wingspan, and I was like, I don't give a shit about these. I already have them.
Yeah,
And then-
I've seen him 5 times. Pounce and Wingspan.
And you probably don't give a shit about them either.
Nope. I actually really don't like those clone figures. I bought that Walgreens 2-pack, and they really disappointed me.
But I know T wanted them.
Yeah. Because I
And
never was going to get Pounce.
That's the thing. It's like if you don't give a shit about something, you're probably not going to find it. You know what's an interesting exclusive figure that I actually wanted? I knew a lot of people didn't give a shit about it, and they kept finding it.
Who?
And I never saw it once. Well, the Netflix Ultra Magnus. I actually had him. Yeah, I had him pre-ordered on Walmart.com, and then everybody started finding him on clearance in like Randallstown, and like I think Dobbin Walmart had him.
I saw him full price. Never saw him on clearance.
Yeah.
I saw one on clearance.
You saw what on clearance?
Mm-hmm. I said I saw one set on clearance out Randallstown.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I wish I would have known, but still, I mean, I like him. I'm excited.
Wait, when did you get
that? Early May.
Oh no, this was after that when I seen it on clearance.
Yeah, because I had him pre-ordered, and he, what's funny is he was the only one that I actually got from the site. All the other ones, they kept delaying the shipping till like July 27th, and I ended up canceling the pre-orders because I found them in the store.
Can you put them back on screen again?
Yeah.
Never mind. Thank you.
What did you think you saw?
I was trying to see if something was accurate with the color, but it's not.
Well, don't need it then.
I mean, it becomes accurate.
Ruined forever.
Sort of accurate.
I'll know tomorrow. I'll know tomorrow night. Oh, well, afternoon. I've already got my dinner. I've already got my dinner like ready and seasoned in the refrigerator. So all I got to do is throw it on the grill, and then we're watching some Transformers.
I was woke last night. I started first 2. I was like, I didn't know they put them on there this early.
You mean to tell me you didn't have an alarm set? That seems like very un-T-Man to me.
No, I was like, well, I wonder if they put that on there. It was like 2 in the morning. And it was actually there. I was like, wow, normally they make you wait till like 10 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah. Did you like end up watching it all in one clip at like from like 2 to 5?
First 2.
Oh, okay.
I was like, let me go to sleep because I had to go to actually be into work today.
Oh, okay. Physically there. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. Here. Anyway, let's get some where you at. Starting with True Star Screamer, where can people find your photography?
On pause.
On pause. I mean, they can still get your backlog.
Oh, absolutely. You can go on Instagram at True Star Screamer. But right now, I think any content right now is going to be paused for a while until I get to at least the apartment. I'm breaking down everything.
You can take pictures of the boxes.
Hopefully next time we're on the air next week, this will be all gone. So
you'll be the second figure action host to move while doing a podcast.
Yep. So
it's fun.
That'll be fun to see all that empty space.
It's gonna be interesting. I tell you.
Day after day, seems like a bush.
As
But-
for T-Man 978, if you don't know where to find him or don't know how to Google him,
You can find me on T-Man978. No spaces, no dashes, none of that. Just T-Man.
I feel like you're throwing some
978.
shade.
No. You know what's funny? Like sometimes people see me, like if I'm on a live stream, like T-Man 987. Like they never know the correct numbers. Like just say T-Man. Don't put the wrong numbers.
When are you gonna start advertising Sony and being on some of his live streams?
I'm usually on his channel on TM Reviews once a month talking about Transformers because he only cares about Transformers and can't talk about anything else. Where you gonna be at? Zero.
As for me, you can find me here most every Thursday night. I'd say every, but again, like dealing with divvying up an estate right now. So hopefully I will be here every Thursday night for the foreseeable future.
Very cool.
You can find me on Instagram as Extra Zero. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. On the Facebook groups as James Jordan, and PlayStation Network and Xbox Live as Extra Zero. It's Extra Space Zero on Xbox Live. God, I hope I have more time to play games. I really hope I do. I won't be playing multiplayer stuff, but you can find me there. You can message me and maybe twist my arm and get me to play some Mortal Kombat. Nate and Dave, we need to pick that back up at some point.
I just don't want to make you cry.
Hey, I held my own. Now I'm out of practice, so you might make me cry.
Dude, it says just sell him the extras.
I'm looking at some stuff. I might maybe be talking with him later on that.
He'll fly on out. Anyway, I think that will do it for tonight. It's been great being here. It's been great having y'all. We will see you here next Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Same Figure Action place, same Figure Action channel right here on YouTube. Peace out. Thanks for everybody that participated in the chat tonight and watched us. We love you all.
And buy your toys from Nate Simmons Toys.
And buy your toys from Nate's Toys and Collectibles.
Yes.
We'll see y'all next week.
Good night.
Or use my Amazon link.
The T-Man is